If Elon Musk acquires Twitter, these are the things he'll probably do with it. Elon Musk might finally acquire Twitter by the end of the month after the erratic billionaire changed his mind once more this week about paying $44 billion for the social network. A judge gave Musk and Twitter until October 28 to finalize their agreement, put an end to their protracted legal battle, and avert a public trial on Thursday. While there is no guarantee that Musk won't have a change of heart, what would it look like if he did take over Twitter? He has dropped some hints, but he has also raised a lot of questions. Speech is open to interpretation. Musk promised to advance free expression and fight the spam bots when he announced his intention to purchase Twitter back in April. In the official deal announcement, he stated that free speech is the cornerstone of a healthy democracy and that Twitter is the digital town square where subjects crucial to the future of humanity are debated. He emphasized this point both in public and in private, telling Twitter staff members at an all-staff meeting that the social media site should permit all legal speech. In a text message to investor Antonio Gracias, he said, "Free speech matters most when it's someone you hate saying what you think is bull." Musk has been outspoken in his criticism of Twitter's policies intended to prevent harassment, hate speech, extremism, and the spread of false information about elections and public health. He claims that the company is being too restrictive in its efforts to promote what it has long referred to as healthy conversations. According to texts unsealed in court files this week, his friends and supporters encourage that viewpoint. Are you going to free Twitter from the crowd that enjoys censoring it? The day Musk disclosed his ownership of Twitter, podcaster Joe Rogan wrote to Musk. Musk responded, "I will offer guidance, which they may or may not want to heed." Social network experts caution that changing Twitter to allow all legal speech will invite toxicity, including misogynist, racist, and transphobic abuse as well as misleading claims about the safety of voting and the efficacy of immunizations. Look at other websites like Parler, Gab, and Truth Social that offer fewer speech restrictions for a keyhole perspective of what Twitter under Musk would look like, advised Angelo Carusoni, head of the leftist nonprofit watchdog group Media Matters for America. He stated that those websites the ability to say and do things that are not permitted on more mainstream social media platforms is actually what draws people to them, which is the feature that is the bug. And from what we can tell, such places are roiling pots of abuse and false information. Trump and others are probably going to return. Along with easing the restrictions on content control, a Twitter run by Musk would probably also see the return of former President Donald Trump. Following the uprising at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, Twitter permanently banned Trump for violating its policies against encouraging violence. Elon Musk promises to lift Donald Trump's Twitter ban. Musk promised to lift the prohibition in May, stating that it was a morally poor judgment, to be clear, and dumb in the extreme. However, Musk has publicly expressed his opposition to the idea that anyone should be permanently barred from Twitter, with very few exceptions. It's not just Trump either. Shortly after deciding to join Twitter's board, he texted CEO Parag Agrawal, "Would be fantastic to unwind permanent bans, except for spam accounts and those that clearly encourage violence," a decision he soon backtracked. The conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who was banned in 2018 for abusive behavior, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican Georgia, whose account was suspended in January for tweeting false and misleading information about the COVID-19 vaccine, and 2020 election skeptics like Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell, and Mike Lindell, who were all banned in the beginning of 2021, could all be exempted from the ban. It will be a delicate game of letting right-wingers back on Twitter and how to negotiate that, especially the boss himself, if you're up for that, warned the billionaire in a text message sent to Musk in the days after his Twitter investment became public, apparently referring to Trump. The individual advised Musk to select a Blake Masters type to head enforcement since they have a sophisticated cultural, political stance. Trump has backed Masters, a Republican running for the Senate in Arizona, and he has repeated his baseless allegations that the 2020 presidential election was rigged against him. If Trump and others are let to reappear, it might establish a precedent for other social media platforms, such as Facebook, which is owned by Meta and is debating whether to allow the former president to reappear once its own ban on him expires in January 2023. It will be simpler for Mark Zuckerberg and Nick Clegg to say, well, he's already back on Twitter, if Trump re-platforms on the social media platform. We might as well give him access to Facebook again, said Nicole Gill, the organization's executive director. Accountable Tech is a progressive advocacy organization. Changes in management, staff departures. Additionally, it is anticipated that Musk will make changes within Twitter. Agrawal, who took over as CEO from Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey less than a year ago, will probably leave the company, maybe with a $42 million payoff. According to emails between Musk and Agrawal, their first tentatively amicable relationship swiftly soured after Agrawal told Musk that his critical tweets of the platform were not helping me make Twitter better. What accomplished this week? After snapping at Agrawal, Musk said that he would not be joining the board and would instead make an offer to purchase Twitter. A few weeks later, after a video chat between Agrawal and Musk, Dorsey sent Musk the following blunt summary of the situation: "At least it became clear that you can't work together." That was clarifying. It's unknown who Musk might appoint to Twitter's executive positions. Text messages from his connections included a former Uber executive who had earlier proposed eavesdropping on scathing journalists and investor Jason Calacanis, who offered to serve as CEO, but Musk didn't take any of the ideas seriously. This has increased rumors that Musk, who currently leads several businesses, may take the helm. Musk requested that an investor bring me someone who genuinely produces excellent software. I will supervise the development of software. Whoever is in charge of day-to-day operations probably won't have as many employees. Since the Musk drama started, hundreds of staff are said to have quit, with many at Twitter discouraged by Musk's intentions to transform the firm. The billionaire, who has complained that Twitter's costs exceed its income and has suggested the firm has too many employees for its size, will probably be happy to hear that. Everything app? The equation includes more than just costs and employee reductions. According to an investor presentation that the New York Times was able to receive, Musk promised investors in the spring that he would quadruple Twitter's annual income to $26.4 billion by 2028 and add 931 million users, up from 217 million at the end of 2021. According to the presentation, Musk wants to abandon Twitter's current business model of making almost all of its revenue from advertising in favor of charging users membership fees, licensing data, and developing a payments business. Given the status of the digital advertising business and the adjustments he wants to make to content moderation, he may not have much of a choice but to look for alternative sources of income besides advertising. According to Carusoni, advertisers want to know that their advertisements won't run alongside extremists, that they won't be funding or supporting the kinds of things that would turn off potential customers. Musk tweeted this week, "Buying Twitter is an accelerant to inventing X, the everything app," following his announcement that he still planned to proceed with the transaction. It's unclear exactly what he meant, as it always is. Musk, meanwhile, advised Twitter employees last summer that the firm should model itself after WeChat, a Chinese super app that combines social media, texting, payments, shopping, ride-hailing, and pretty much everything else you might do on your phone. In China, WeChat is practically where you live, according to Musk in June. "Will be a huge success if we can recreate that with Twitter," said the team. Although Facebook and Uber, among other American digital giants, have tried this tactic, Chinese super apps haven't yet gained popularity in the country. Musk remains upbeat, though. He tweeted, Twitter likely accelerates X by 3 to 5 years, but I could be wrong.